In today's video we're going to learn about biodiversity. First, let's understand the literal meaning of the term. The word biodiversity comes from two parts. Bio means life and diversity means variety. So, in simple words, biodiversity means the variety of life. Our planet is home to an extraordinary range of living organisms, from microscopic bacteria to towering trees and large animals. This vast variety of life is what we call biodiversity. Biodiversity does not include only different species. It also includes variation within the same species and the different ecosystems in which organisms live. This diversity is essential for maintaining the balance of nature. It provides us with food, medicines, clean air, and stable environments. The truth is simple. When biodiversity weakens, natural systems fail. And when nature fails, human survival is at risk. Now that we understand what biodiversity means, an important question arises. Is biodiversity evenly distributed on Earth? The answer is no. Biodiversity is not spread equally across our planet. Some regions support a much greater variety of life than others. This uneven distribution depends on several environmental factors such as climate, temperature, rainfall, altitude, and soil type. Regions with a warm climate, high rainfall, and stable environmental conditions support a wide range of plants and animals. That is why tropical regions, especially tropical rainforests, show the highest biodiversity on Earth. These areas provide abundant food, suitable temperatures, and diverse habitats, allowing many species to survive and evolve. On the other hand, regions with extreme conditions, such as very cold temperatures or low availability of water, support fewer life forms. As a result, polar regions and deserts have low biodiversity compared to tropical areas. In simple terms, the more favorable the environment, the greater the biodiversity. Where conditions are harsh, fewer organisms are able to survive. We just saw that biodiversity is not evenly distributed across the Earth. But this uneven distribution leads to another important idea. In some regions, life is not just abundant, it is exceptionally rich and unique. These regions are known as biodiversity hotspots. Biodiversity hotspots exist because certain areas have had favorable environmental conditions for a very long time. Stable temperature, adequate rainfall, and rich soil allow organisms to survive without frequent disturbances. When life continues under stable conditions, species do not just survive, they diversify. Over time, plants and animals adapt to their surroundings in different ways. Some populations become isolated due to mountains, forests, or distance. This isolation causes small changes to accumulate, eventually leading to the formation of new species found only in that region. As a result, these areas contain a high number of species, many of which are endemic, meaning they occur nowhere else on Earth. This concentration of unique life forms is what makes a region a biodiversity hotspot. So, biodiversity hotspots are not accidental. They are the natural outcome of long-term stability, adaptation, and isolation. We have understood that biodiversity hotspots are regions rich in unique life forms. Today, many of these hotspots are under serious threat, primarily due to human activity. Because these regions often have fertile land and favorable climates, they are attractive for agriculture, settlements, and industrial development. As forests are cleared for farming, roads, and cities, natural habitats are destroyed. Another major threat is deforestation. Large areas of natural vegetation are removed for timber, fuel, and expansion of human population. When habitats shrink, species lose food, shelter, and breeding spaces, leading to a rapid decline in their populations. Climate change has further intensified the problem. Changes in temperature and rainfall patterns disturb ecosystems that took thousands of years to stabilize. Many species in hotspots are highly specialized, meaning even small environmental changes can push them toward extinction. In addition, Pollution and overexploitation of natural resources place extra pressure on these fragile ecosystems. Hunting, overfishing, and excessive use of land reduce biodiversity faster than nature can recover. In simple terms, biodiversity hotspots are under threat because human demand is growing faster than nature's ability to adapt. If these regions are not protected, we risk losing species that cannot be replaced. This brings us to a crucial question. Why is biodiversity so important? Biodiversity is the foundation of stable and healthy ecosystems. Each organism, whether large or small, plays a specific role. Plants produce food and oxygen. Animals maintain population balance, and microorganisms recycle nutrients. When biodiversity is rich, ecosystems remain balanced and resilient. Biodiversity is also essential for human survival. It provides us with food, medicines, raw materials, and clean water. Many life-saving drugs are derived directly from plants and microorganisms found in biodiverse regions. Without biodiversity, these natural resources would not exist. In addition, biodiversity helps ecosystems withstand environmental changes. Diverse ecosystems are better able to recover from natural disasters, diseases, and climate fluctuations. When species diversity is lost, ecosystems become weak and unstable. Beyond survival, biodiversity has ecological, economic, and cultural value. It supports agriculture, livelihoods, and traditional knowledge passed down through generations. In simple terms, biodiversity is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Protecting biodiversity means protecting life on Earth, including our own future. Before concluding the video, let's talk about types of biodiversity. Biodiversity exists at three main levels. Genetic diversity is the variation of genes within a species. It helps populations survive, resist diseases, and adapt to changes. For example, different varieties of rice ensure global food security. Species diversity is the variety of species in an ecosystem. Each species plays a unique role, and ecosystems with many species are more resilient. Coral reefs are a prime example. Ecosystem diversity is the variety of habitats such as forests, wetlands, and deserts. Diverse ecosystems provide essential services like clean water, fertile soil, and climate regulation. Understanding these types shows us what we are protecting when we conserve biodiversity, and why it matters for life on Earth, including our own future. In conclusion, biodiversity is the foundation of life on Earth. It maintains ecosystem balance, supports human survival, and allows nature to adapt to change. The loss of biodiversity is not just the loss of species. It is the loss of ecological stability and future resources. Protecting biodiversity through conservation and sustainable practices is essential to ensure a healthier present and future generations. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more simple and clear explanations of biology. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.